What should teenagers know about being an adult? You don't have $5 until you have $10. If you have a period where you're suddenly rich, like right after getting your first loan, then save as much as possible. Keep a month's rent at hand if you can. Honestly, between all the confusing parts of being adult, what has saved my ass more times than anything else is just having a little bit of financial cushioning. Also buy things on sale. Thrift shops are your friend. Learning to sew is going to save your ass someday. Always buy a plunger before you need it. Never buy anything impulsively unless it's like $10 to key it when you've run out of energy to make food. Keep a list of things you want to buy. Take photos of in-store products. Add things around the web to an Amazon list. Make a list on a whiteboard on the fridge. When you look over the list, you'll weed out things you don't like as much as you thought you did the first time you saw them. When you plan to buy something, remember the quantity as well as style, type, functionality. You need professional clothes. How many shirts? How many pants? Don't just buy the first 5 things you like. Actually think through what you need. Financial. Don't use credit card unless you already have the money to pay it back. Don't take loans for fun stuff. Have a savings account. Pay your bills on time. Have some money at home always. Food. Eat nutritious foods. Hygiene. Set aside an hour or 2 every week to thoroughly clean somewhere in your apartment. Social. Buy yourself good friends and get rid of the bad ones. And by buying I mean spend money to do something with people you actually want to hang out with, not the people who force you to hang out with them. I agree with all of this, except I think you can find cheap/free activities to do with friends, like playing sports or going for hikes, so you don't have to buy anything. Also, I'd say limit how much you eat out, both on the heath and financial side. Time is money. Time is life. You trade your life for money. Don't waste your life. You don't have to stop enjoy things just because you're an adult. Don't stop playing games sometimes because people say it's childish. Splash in puddles when the mood takes you. Sit on a swing and just be alive for a little while. Watch cartoons. Play D&D with friends. Build a fort with your partner in your living room. Being an adult doesn't mean you have to give up things that make you feel joyful or playful, and you don't need to prove to anyone that you are an adult by way of letting go of the little things in life that make you smile. Edit. Holy smokes. I go to sleep and wake up to love and gold. Thank you, kind stranger. It's been really heartwarming to read the comments and see so many people talking about the things they love. Nice start to the day. This is the best part about being an adult. I was so self-conscious in high school and got out of a lot of childish things. Now I don't give a damn what people think about me. I'll be the first to try to swing around the bar at the park with my daughter. I'll be playing magic cards with my oldest friend next time I get home. It's so liberating to just do what I want. Saving up is better than credit. If you have credit, don't go past 30% of your total limit and pay it off in full every month. Bankruptcy is easy, but stays with you for years. Keep cash on hand for emergencies. Water is your friend. Drink lots. Also, never lend money and never co-sign for anyone. Oh, and never use rent to buy stores. You'll end up paying at least twice what the item is worth. Interestingly enough, the current crop of teenagers do tend to prefer saving over credit/debt. I wish I would have. Same, though it would have been a lot easier said than done, since living at home wasn't an option for me. Get yourself a good support network of people you can actually trust and who will help you out in a time of genuine emergency. I ended up in R&D the other day and was so grateful to have someone I trust who called an ambulance for me as I was unresponsive. Also, if I'm not doing too great, I have some friends I can go and talk to. I can literally pull up in their driveway, tell them I'm there, and they will let me in and listen to me. No questions asked. I make sure I reciprocate that as well. Being an adult can be scary and lonely at times, and there will come a time when you really need someone. Make sure you have at least one person to turn to. As a mid-20s guy who has been friendless for the past 6 years, how do you find said good network of people? How do you know that they're the ones? And most importantly, how many friends must you have to go through before you get to have the aforementioned good support network of friends? Put yourself out there. Take chances. Introduce yourself. Talk to people. Make eye contact. See where things go from there. You don't need to engage someone with the expectation of them becoming your forever friend. Start with just being friendly for that time period. The long-term friends will come in time. My general strategy is to simply make some inane or observational comment to someone about whatever we're doing at the time. If you're in the same place, chances are you have at least one thing in common. Go with that. In general, people can talk about themselves without much of a problem, so I'll get them going with a little pridding to start. At a concert, any other times they've seen the bands or been to the venue, I'll add bits here and there and then tell my own stories. At someone's party, same thing. How you know the same person, what else they do or like. Sometimes it's all over when the event is over. Sometimes I only see those people at similar events. Sometimes it's turned into an everyday kind of friend. And sometimes they simply aren't interested. No big deal. There are more people in this world. That what you post on social media has consequences. Be smart about it. Don't post things you wouldn't want an employer or your mom to see. Remember kids, nothing is truly private online. This is advice teens should be telling adults. Nobody outside of maybe your family and or one or two very special friends gives an actual shit about you, and you have to make things work for yourself. Them and that one group of asshole gossipers at work. Everyone at work sucks. This was one of my hardest pills to swallow as I began adulthood. I thought the petty gossip would end once I left my small town after high school. Nope, it's arguably worse at times. The upsides are that as you get older, you also gain more confidence and get better with mental prioritizing of others. Yes, some of my coworkers drive me nuts and say unkind things about me. But 1, I know they are wrong about me, and 2, their opinion doesn't define me, and I can move on with my day without them hanging over my head. Make sure you know how to cook a few decent meals. I recommend getting a slow cooker. Throw ingredients in, walk away for several hours, boom, food magically appears. And, if you live alone, you pretty much have at least one meal a day set for the rest of the week. That we don't know everything, and neither do you. We're all just making it up as we go. Seriously. Reminds me of something I read in one of those parenting advice books where the author shared something her adult, pregnant daughter said to her. Daughter, Mom, I want you to know that I won't make the same mistakes raising my child that you made raising me. Mom, I know, sweetie, you'll make your very own mistakes. It's 100% okay to go into a trade instead of going to college. Shit, you probably will make more coming out of a trade school in 2 years than most people make after going to a 4-year university. I definitely recommend trade schools for kids that don't really know what to do, but want to make lots of money. It's work for sure, but damn it has good job security. Yep, no unions in the professions. In the trade somebody's got your back. My biggest piece of advice is, don't go to college if you don't know what you want. I didn't understand the gravity of the loans I was signing, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. I ended up dropping out for financial reasons, but I have 20k plus in student loan debt for just 1.5 years of school. I shoulder waited it out and looked for what I wanted. I'm not saying don't go to school, but don't think it's a requirement. Adults care a whole lot less about petty social issues. There'll still be judgment, but adults can set that aside to get through the workday usually. Bills suck, money's always tight, etc. Or start at community college. It's way cheaper and generally will be smaller, so it's easier to transition from high school because it's a similar environment. Plus they offer trade degrees, so if you decide to be a plumber or a firefighter or whatever, you can start taking those classes there too. You do make more money with a post-secondary degree, but the kind matters. Starting out as an adult 50k plus in debt with a 4-year degree when you haven't thought about why you're getting it, no realistic career plan, is a bad idea. When your parents tell you not to do something, it's because they know the consequences of that action, usually from personal experience. Ask them to explain. Your parents are a good source of advice too, except that you know they aren't. For example, if you want to get a credit card, ask your parents what their experience with different companies has been and how to navigate cashback and fees. Take advantage of their experience.